Hey everyone, it's been a while, but let's get this book finished probably in the next couple of readings. So Go for No for Network Marketing. I believe we're on page 86. So, on prejudging, it's extremely important not to prejudge others. And I've had to learn this lesson over and over. Never prejudge anyone, ever. Some people are very adamant about wearing their success on their sleeve, dressing to the nines, and looking super sharp. And I can tell you from attending hundreds of events over the years in different countries all over the world, the sharpest, best dressed person is often the most over leveraged, dead broke person in the room. And the person you're sitting next to, the one in the overalls that you've been ignoring all night, that person is a millionaire. You simply never know. This is especially true of our cold market, of course, but it can be true of your warm market too. A lot of people just don't talk about how much money they have to invest in a business, even people you think you know really well. You have zero idea what their real net worth is. For example, how much money do your parents have in their savings account right now? Or your next door neighbors? Or the person who sits across from you at work? You just can't judge. Second. All right. You can also never judge how hungry someone is, meaning their internal motivation, by what you know about them or how they look. You can't judge someone's hunger or passion until you see them in the game. When my buddy invited me to a home meeting back in July of 2009, I was still broke, in personal foreclosure, and being chased by bill collectors. I had been in this funk for about a year. I was not clinically depressed, but probably borderline depressed. Life just wasn't a bowl of cherries at the time. If asked to present my resume to someone, it wouldn't have been pretty. It wasn't just one foreclosure, it was 8. All my real estate investment properties were being whisked away. My financial shape was worse than bad, and it could easily have been prejudged. But the one thing that doesn't show up on my resume is your hunger for success. I was hungry. I was going to make it happen, come hell or high water. I didn't know exactly how, but I was going to dig myself out of the hole that I was in, and I did. Within 5 months, I was earning $10,000 a month. Month 7, I was at $40,000. Month 10, $50,000. No one could have known that based on my clothing, my resume, or my initial bank account. You can't judge someone's level of hunger, and hunger is, in my opinion, the biggest predictor for whether someone's going to make it happen in this business, in any business. One thing that I've learned over the years is you don't have to be broke to be hungry or have your back against the wall to be hungry. You don't have to be any of those things to be hungry. I've met some mega millionaires over the years, but they are so hungry that they outwork all of their competition. They outwork every broke person they know because they're hungry. That's how they become wealthy in the first place. And even if they aren't hungry for more money, they may be hungry to grow. They may be hungry to impact more people. I can tell you right now, looking at my life, I believe I'm actually hungrier now than I was when I was broke. So, how do you know whom to approach? How can you tell who's got the hunger to succeed? You can't. The only thing you can do is the smart thing. Never prejudge. Ask everyone. Never assume. For example, we have one gentleman that joined our coaching program. He borrowed the money to take our training. I didn't know this at the time, and I hate to admit it. But if I had known he was borrowing the money, I might have dissuaded him from joining. But he borrowed money as the deposit to join our coaching program. And 2 years later, he did over $50,000 in 1 month. The reason I tell this story is, what if I had prejudged him and said, oh, he doesn't have money, he works at a low-paying job, he's not a good prospect? I would not have only prejudged him, I would have misjudged him. And had I done that, we both would have lost out. On what planet would that have been the right thing to do? So when it comes to prospecting, don't judge people. Just talk to them. I don't care if I'm talking to the mayor of our town or if I'm talking to a homeless person. I'm not invested in the outcome. I don't need them to join my business. I also don't need their acceptance or approval. I've never working from a position of desperation. My posture is whatever they say. It just doesn't matter. You've probably heard people talk about posture before, but they've never explained it to you. Posture is your belief in what you're doing, what you represent, and what you have, without the requirement for external acceptance or approval. So when it comes to prospecting, I don't judge people. I don't allow myself to be addicted to the outcome. And this allows me to approach anyone because who knows, the person who is dead broke and in foreclosure today, like I was, may be the top income earner a few months from now. I don't know, neither do you. And some of the people who aren't winners right now can become winners or can refer you to winners. Around 2010, there was a lady I was friends with, who I'm still friends with, and she was in a tough spot financially. Her mother was very sick, and she really wanted to join the business. She just was having a tough time coming up with the money. So she just was having a tough time coming up with the money. So I teamed her up with someone, and together they came up with the money. So right away, it doesn't sound like a great prospect, right? Well, day one of her being in the business, she gets me on the phone with someone who was a former diamond in a company. I talked to him on the phone and could immediately tell he was a quality person. That guy put thousands and thousands of people on my team. Had I judged her, I never would have met the guy. He lived all the way across the country in California, and I live in Florida. I would never have come across him, and he never would have joined my team. A woman who looked like she didn't have much chance of succeeding made the introduction, and everyone won because of it. So don't prejudge anyone, ever. They may never be an all-star, but they may know a few. That's it for now. I'm going to take a break so you guys tend to, and we will move on to the next one.